Now we are ready with the front end. Next, what we need to do, we have to make this element first draggable, and then as it drags, the portion within this draggable element or the magnifier element should be displayed here. So first let us try to make this as a draggable element. It is very easy in jQuery UI, right? Let me add the script section, script, and within this let me add the document.ready event. So document.ready, and here let me write function open and close parenthesis, open and close curly braces. And how we can make it a draggable element? Let me access it using its ID $magnifier. We just have to specify dot draggable. This will make the element draggable, right? Now let me save this and show you. See, I'm able to drag this element. Now what we need to do, this portion should be displayed as magnified or as zoomed. So suppose we want to display this image or this portion as 2 times magnified. Then what we can do, first this image is of 400 and 400 size. We need to make this as 800 and 800 size. As of now, for this image we haven't specified any size, right? If you remember, only for the container we have specified the size as width and height 400. But if we set the height and width for the image as 800 px, and suppose we set the margin left and margin top properties by moving it towards the left hand side in such a way that only this portion is displayed, then it will have the magnified effect. So what we need to do for that? First we need to set the size of this image as double the size of this image, which is 400 and 400. So this should be set as 800 and 800. That is for this one, for magnified image, which is the image within the large wrapper. For that, #magnified image, let me set width and height as 800 px. So width 800 px and also height 800 px. Next, what we need to do, on the drag event, that is when the magnifier element is dragged, we need to get the top and left values for the draggable element. That is for this one, we need to get the top and left, so that we can multiply that number by 2 and set as the value of margin left and margin top for this one. So how we can do that? Within this we need to put curly brace, and for this let me set the containment to be parent. As you could see here, I will be able to move this even outside this image, as I haven't specified the containment value for this draggable. So first let me set that containment as parent. This has to be set initially. I actually forgot. Let me save this and show you the change. Let me try to move it outside. No, it is not possible. Previously it was going outside the limit of this image, right? Next, we need to write the drag event. So here, let me write the drag event. So drag function, open and close parenthesis, open and close curly braces, and let me get the top and left values for this one. That is for the draggable element. So how I could get this position? There is a DOM property named as offset top and offset left. These are DOM properties using which we can get the left and top positions of this element relative to its parent. So here this whole small wrapper div is the parent of this magnifier div element. So if I want to get this position, that is the top and left position with respect to its parent, we can use the offset top and offset left DOM properties. So what we need to do here, let me first access the element. So where lens equals $magnifier, this will return a jQuery object, right? But the property we need to use is a DOM property. So what we need to do, we have to specify get of 0 so that we can access the DOM properties. Next, we need to get the offset top and offset left and then set it as the margin value for our magnified image. so that it will be displayed with the correct selected portion. So let me access this magnified image. So $# magnified image. Why I have written this line? Because we need to access it 2 times. That is for offset top once and offset left second time. Now let me specify .css of margin top. What should be the value? It should be a negative value, right? Then only it will be moved to the left hand side and the required portion will be displayed. So let me specify minus. Then we want to zoom it twice. That is why we have set the height and width as 800 for the magnified image and 400 for the actual image. That is the image within this small wrapper. So what we need to do, we can specify 2 into lens dot offset top, and then it should be displayed in pixels. Hope you understand the logic. I will explain it once again after completing the coding. And for the margin left as well, we need to do the same thing. That is $# magnified image dot css for margin left. Okay, the bracket is closed here wrongly. It should be here. Then what should we do? The value should be again minus. Then only it will be moved to the left hand side, right? Then 2 into lens dot offset left. Then we need to display it in pixels, px. Okay. Now let us try to see the output. I will explain the code once again. Let me try to drag this. See, if you move it here, this is the portion and this is the zoomed portion. We are able to see only a small portion of this image, which is here. Now if I move it towards the bottom, see, this image is now looking bigger or magnified, right? Here you could see the stem more clearly, right? Here there are 2. These 2 are displayed here, and this is the one which is displayed here. Now suppose instead of 2, if I just specify lens dot offset top and lens dot offset left, what will happen? Let me save this and show you. Let me try to move this. See, we are not able to see the image completely or the selected portion completely. See, here we have the small image, but that part is not visible here. Only up to this part it is displayed, right? So it is not in proportion. It is actually zoomed in, but it is not in proportion. It is displaying some part of the image. So what we have done here is that when we specify 2 into lens dot offset top and 2 into lens dot offset left, we are actually multiplying the position. So if I just try to display it using console.log, suppose I just display offset top and offset left, that is without multiplying. Let me display them. And also offset left, so that you will be able to see the change clearly. Now let me save this and take the console. Only when we drag it, we will be able to see the change, right? So let me drag it to here. See? Okay, now it is displayed, right? Okay, we don't want to have multiplied value. We just want to have the offset top and offset left value of the lens or the magnifier. So let me try to move this towards this side. See, it is 1960 because this is the portion. Actually, it is considering the border size as well. So what we can do is, for this one, for the magnifier, let me specify box sizing to be border box, so that only the margin and the element size will be considered. Let me save this and show you. Let me try to drag this. See, now it is 200 and 0. So the top offset value is 200 and the left position is 0, right? So this value is multiplied by 2 means this will become 400 and 0, and we are setting it as the margin values by adding minus, so that that portion will be moved towards the left hand side. Suppose we don't have the overflow hidden value. That is, suppose I remove this for the time being just to show you. See, the whole image is here, suppose it is here, the whole image is actually here, but only the required portion is displayed. So what we have done here, the margin top is set to be minus 400. So the remaining portion has moved to the top, and margin left is set as 0. So it is displayed like this. Now suppose I move it here, actually the whole image is here, but by setting the margin left and margin top for the magnified image, here we are specifying margin top and margin left as negative values. They are moving towards the left hand side or towards the bottom, so that only the required portion is displayed within the div element. That is, within the large wrapper, we are only seeing the selected portion as zoomed because we have set it as 2 times the offset left. Now if I move it towards this side, see, for this the values are 0 and 0. That is, offset left and offset top are 0. So what happens here, even if it is multiplied by 2, it becomes 0 only. That is why we are seeing from starting up to that selected portion. Now if I move it towards the right hand side, what happens? The offset top is 0, but offset left is 200. That is, this point is 200. So what happens? When it is multiplied by 2, it moves towards the left hand side. That is, the whole image moved towards the left hand side. So the only portion which is selected gets displayed within this large wrapper. Though the image is fully available here, actually it is having a crop effect, so that only the required portion gets displayed in the large wrapper div element. So let me set overflow hidden back. Let me undo the change. Now let me save this. So why I have specified here get of 0? We wanted to use the offset top and offset left properties. Those are DOM properties. So this will be returning as a jQuery object. In order to convert this as a DOM element, we are using the get method and specifying the index as 0. Then for the magnified image, that is the bigger image, for which we have set the width and height as 800, we are setting the margin top as minus value, which is 2 times the offset top, and offset top and offset left are the properties of the magnifier, that is the draggable element. And for the margin left, we are again setting it as a negative value, which is having 2 times the value of offset left property. I just wanted to show you how it works. That is why I have added the value here. Now let me save this and show the output once again. Let me move it towards this side. See, this is a beautiful view, right? We are seeing the beautiful tulips flowers as magnified. Now if I move it towards this side, you could see even finer details more clearly. Now suppose I change this image. I have already saved another image which is beautiful 2.jpg. Now let me save this and show you. This is the view, and if I move it, you could see the flowers in bigger size, cloud in bigger size, mountain in bigger size, and also the tree in bigger size. So it is always better to choose a very bigger size image and display it here. Otherwise when you zoom a small image, what will happen? It will look blurred. So the better option is to have a very big image and save it in the size required, so that even if we zoom the image, we will get clear picture itself. So this is the image magnifier we have developed using jQueryUI. In fact, you can change the shape of this draggable element if you want. To make it simple, I have just specified it as a square shaped magnifier or div element. So this is the image magnifier we have developed from scratch using jQueryUI's draggable element.